Hey folks, today I want to talk to you about something I think is going to matter to just about every senior out there, and that's how can we save more money in 2026? You know, with prices climbing and budgets getting tighter, the senior dollar is just not going as far as it used to be. So I've come up with five, I think, pretty simple, practical ways that we can all save money. Stick around. I think number five is going to be the easiest for us. So let's just jump in. Number one, review and adjust whenever you can your monthly budget. You know, I take a look at my monthly budget at the end of every month. I compare what we spent this month to last month. I look for areas that I can cut back. I look for areas that I need to increase. You can't always cut. Sometimes you do have to increase, but I always try to make a cut somewhere when I have to increase another area. You know, some things that you can do to cut your budget. If you've got a lot of streaming services for your television, cut one or two of them. You know, we were paying $10 a month for Hulu. They told me we were going to go up to 12. I said, not me. So I cut them. That's $12 a month. We also, in part of our budget, is eating out. Everybody deserves to eat out once in a while. We budget for 3 meals a month. We never do 3 meals a month. We do at the most 2 meals a month. But, you know, if you can cut 1 meal a month of eating out, you know, for two people, you're going to average with a tip at least $50. So if you cut 1 meal a month of eating out, you're going to save at least $50. You go to the grocery store and they've got all these big, beautiful, fancy, bright, singing and shiny and light to flashing displays. They just want to catch your attention. It's called an impulse buy. They think, oh, this is neat. I got to have it. You don't have to have it. When you go to the grocery store, take a list. Take a list and stick to the list. Stay away from the impulse buys. My downfall is the chip aisle, I'll be honest with you. Buy store brands instead of national brands. I swear by store brands nowadays. I really believe that store brands and national brands, they all come out of the same processing plant. Just depends on what label they're putting on that day. And, you know, if I can't convince you, I would encourage you to at least go and buy one store brand canned good and compare it to a national brand. You're going to say, well, a store brand's 50 cents a can and a national brand's $1.39 a can. So it's got to be a better product. I don't think it is. Just give it a shot. Only you'll know for sure, you know, what your taste is. If you've got the storage space, buy non-perishable and sale items in bulk. You know, if they're on sale, you're saving money. Number two, consider housing and living cost changes. In other words, you know, when you were raising a family, you had a big house probably. We did. And now that all the kids are gone, I didn't need that big house anymore. So I sold it, downsized, went something smaller, and guess what? I lowered my housing cost, I lowered my utility cost, I lowered my house insurance, and I lowered the maintenance cost to maintain such a big house. I don't have those anymore. So I'm saving money all across the board when it comes to housing. You know, you need to recognize that healthcare and prescription costs, they're rising faster than any other form of inflation out there. So you need to budget for these increases, whether your budget changes every 6 months or every 12 months. You need to be aware that healthcare and prescription prices, they're going through the roof, folks, and there's not a whole lot we can do about it, but plan and budget better. Number four, adjust your investments and income strategies if you've got them. I don't even know what they are anymore. Investments, it's all a crapshoot. Everything's a gamble. You don't know if you're going to win or lose or just break even. Even if you just put money every month into a savings account, you're investing in your future. You know, if you don't have the extra and you're physically able to hold a part-time job, say 25 hours a week, you can probably put $900 to $1,000 extra in the bank into your savings account each month. Now, I'm not saying everybody is physically able to do that, but if you are physically able to do it, I highly recommend it. Keeps you moving, keeps you earning. Just one more thing off your mind that you don't have to worry about. All right, number 5. Here's the big one that I think is the easiest for everybody to participate in. Grocery shopping. You know, if strawberries aren't in season, don't buy strawberries. If some other produce, cucumbers, the crop gets wiped out and they're shipping them in from God knows where, don't buy cucumbers. Buy what's in season, folks. Eat what is available. You know, if it's out of season and they're shipping it from across the country or out of the country, the prices are going to go up. Again, if you find things on sale and you have a freezer, buy in bulk. Take advantage of the sale price, buy in bulk, stock your freezer, and you're good to go. Plan your meals. Before you even go to the grocery store, decide what you're going to eat for the entire week or 2 weeks or however you do your grocery shopping. Plan your meals, then make out a shopping list. One, shopping list is going to tell you exactly where you need to go to get what you need. 2, it's going to keep you away from impulse buys, so you're not wasting your money. So, and using a meal plan is going to cut back on food waste. You're not going to the grocery store and just buying a bunch of garbage that you're not going to prepare. Other ways, again, cut streaming subscriptions. If you don't watch a lot of TV and you're paying for cable, cancel the cable. There's all kinds of free TV channels out there. Use free or low cost entertainment avenues. Go to the library. You can check out books. You can check out movies. You can read magazines. You can read newspapers if people still do that. I don't know. And it's free. Negotiate some of your bills. Which ones? 2 in particular, car insurance and your cell phone. You know, there's so many cell phone companies out there. They're all trying to get your business, so they're gonna try and pull you in with a low rate for a year or 2 years. Okay, great. I'll pay $50 a month for a year, and then at the beginning of the year 2, when they want to raise my rate, guess what? I'm going to go shopping for a lower rate somewhere else. Car insurance. Yeah, I shop it all the time, and I've said this many, many times, but I finally called my insurance company and said, listen, I can't keep paying these prices. You got to do something. So I guess they took that as a threat, as I'm going to cancel and go somewhere else, so they lowered it, $25 a month. No questions asked. Oh, well, you've been here quite a while. Yeah, we can lower that. We can cut it down $25 a month. Folks, bottom line, our cost of living adjustment, 2.8% for 2026. There's nothing we can do about it. It is what it is. Do the best you can. We're all getting the same amount. There's not a whole lot we can do. All we can do is adjust our buying patterns. We can adjust our lifestyle. You know, find cheaper vacations to take. Don't even take a vacation. Take a staycation. Find things to do in your city or your county or your state, for that matter, if you are able to travel a day or two. There are ways to cut back so we're not spending every penny that we have. Sit down, think of some lifestyle adjustments that you can make, and we might actually come through this okay. I'm not sure, but it's worth a shot. So folks, if you found this helpful, give me a like, maybe subscribe to the channel. Share the video with somebody that you know could actually use this information. And until next time, folks, you all take real good care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you later.